Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to discuss some interesting facts about electric fields and charges, and we are just going to learn some introduction. What is a charge, how do we observe and what do we observe, the experimental facts or the natural things happening in the nature about charges, and how we can get to know the properties of charges. Can we see any example in our surroundings or some experiment so that we can realize what is a charge? So have you seen any spark or hearing a crackle sound when you take off your synthetic clothes, especially in winters when you put off your sweater? So what do you see? What do you hear? Sometimes you touch the things nearby you and you feel like an electric current. So if we rub our back with a plastic chair for some time, and then we touch when we touch the chair, so we hear a crackle sound, and we also experience some electric charge or a shock for a time span of milliseconds. So, or you can see that you also must have seen the lightning or the thunderstorm occurring in the sky. So what is the cause of lightning? How does it occur? And why do we see a certain light during the thunderstorm? So basically this whole thing happens just to balance that electric charges in the surroundings, or we can say the reason behind it is electric discharge. Electric discharge. Okay, what do you mean by discharge here? So discharge is something like releasing or transmission of charges through a conductor. See, I am using many terms you have heard before. That is the charge. You must have heard electricity. We generally hear electricity in our houses. So electric word is quite known to you, and conductor is also a known term, but we will still see what does a conductor mean. So basically what happens is, suppose we take the case of lightning, to be very precise and short. What happens during a lightning? Okay, so we see somewhere clouds in the sky, and during lightning what happens is the land on which we live, or the ground, basically the earth is a conductor, means it has some charges inside it, say a positive or negative charge, but we will not say positive or negative. We say some sort of charge, maybe positive or negative, but some charge is in the ground. Okay, and during lightning what happens is the clouds become charged. And a charge they have, and suppose that this charge is negative and the ground is having positive as well as negative charge. So say it has a positive charge. So what happens during lightning is we know that the like charges repel each other, and the unlike charges attract each other. So what happens is this negative charge tries to come in contact with this positive charge, and when they combine with each other, and why would they combine and how would they combine? So the negative charge starts traveling towards the ground, and the positive charge also starts traveling towards that negative charge, and when they combine they sort of get neutralized. They neutralize, and the effect is seen in the sky as a light that is known as lightning. Many such charges they combine and give rise to lightning. So we must have heard of these small experiments we have studied in the books as well, and we are going to take such experiments. So first is the silk rod. If we take a silk cloth, okay, here is a silk cloth, and if we rub it with a glass rod, this is a glass rod. If we rub it for some time, so what we see is positive charges accumulated on its surface. Okay, and if we take another silk cloth and rub it, or instead of silk you can take wool as well. If we rub it with the second glass rod and it also get positively charged, how I assume that it is positively charged, when you after rubbing both these two rods, if you will bring both the rods near to each other, then you will see that there is repulsion between these rods. So basically the charges they get is the same charges, the like charges they get, and the laws of nature says that if the charges are like, they would absolutely repel each other. So this all happens due to the flow of charges through a conductor. So actually what happens is, basically scientists have come to a conclusion that there are only there are two kinds of charges, or any entity known as electric charge, and we have seen that the polarity of the charges. What do you mean by polarity? Say I have a positive charge, here I have a negative charge. So what do you mean by polarity is that is the poles, something related to poles. So this has a polarity, means pole of a positive charge. So we will say that it has a positive pole. Okay, this has a negative pole. So basically something that is charged that has a pole. Okay, so if somebody asks what is the polarity of this charge, you will say it has a positive charge. Okay, so basically when we have discussed the example of the glass rod when rubbed with a silk cloth, okay, here you consider that now the glass rod has been rubbed with the silk cloth and it has acquired some positive charge. Okay, and here is the silk cloth. So what will happen? This silk cloth will have less positive charge. See, understand this thing. When we rub a silk cloth with a glass rod, initially the glass rod has no charge. Initially the glass rod has no charge. On rubbing, when they are in contact on rubbing, actually the silk cloth gives some charge to the glass rod. That is why it becomes positively charged. If it gives some positive charge to the glass rod, so it has become, now the silk cloth has become less positive. Okay, so because it has given some charge to the glass rod, if it has become less positive, that means that is comparatively negatively charged in comparison to the glass rod. And when you will bring these things now in contact, now we are talking that they both have acquired some charges, and now you bring both the things in contact, we will see that they will not attract, they will neither attract nor repel each other. I'm taking the case when they're touched, when they're brought in contact with each other, silk cloth and a rod. So they will not see any attraction or repulsion. So this is due to the fact that they get neutralized, or the charge get nullified. What does nullify means? Means to neutralize. Neutral means has no charge, a body which has no charge. So as we see in mathematics that +5 and -5 when they are added gives 0. The same concept goes with the electric charge. Amount of positive charge, if the amount of positive charge and the negative charge is same and they are brought in contact, the net charge is 0, means they are now neutral. If the bodies do not have any charge, then they won't be repelling or attracting each other, because the attraction repulsion only takes place due to the charges on any body. Okay, so we are going to take one more example. Let us consider some examples. So if we are talking about basic things, if we take a copper wire with 2 pit balls, this is a copper wire with 2 pit balls. You can what does a pit ball means is basically a ball which has a conductive coating, So one of these balls is negatively charged. Okay, one of these balls is negatively charged. This is neutral, it has no charge. And after some time, when we connect them with a copper wire, after some time we will see that the uncharged rod, that is the neutral pit ball, gets negatively charged. So this is pit ball A, this is pit ball B. Initially pit ball A had no charge, but now after some time it also has some negative charge. So what does it mean? Basically there is a transfer of charge from pit ball B to pit ball A. Okay, so why does it happening? Actually, some substances or materials are there which readily allow the passage of electricity to flow through them. Okay, some substances, like in the case we have taken a copper wire as a medium connecting these 2 pit balls, and the two balls are connected by a copper wire, so it is allowing the electric charge, that is the negative charge from pit ball B to flow through pit ball A. So basically that sort of substances are known as conductors. So some examples of the conductor can be seen in the form of metals, and as well as human beings. We all are conductors. Okay, that is why we feel the shocks, electric shocks, and all the animals, they all fall under the category of the conductors. And contrary to this fact of conductors, we have insulators. Okay, so we have insulators which do not allow the passage of electricity through them, or they do not allow the electric charges to flow through them, such as you can say rubber, wood, nylon, which offer very high resistance to the passage of electricity. Okay, so now we are going to learn a bit not new concept, but very interesting concept of earthing. What is earthing? See, if we hold a naked wire, electric wire, in our hands, we will feel any electric shock? The answer is no. Because the reason is, the electric wire, till it is connected to a circuit, until and unless it is connected to a circuit, a closed circuit, then we are going to feel that current in our body. So say I have a electric wire, say I have a plug which is providing, and this is a source of electricity, and this is a wire which is somewhere in between naked. Okay, and somehow I get to touch it. So this is my hand. So why do I feel the shock? So the reason is that the electric charges actually flow through your body. As we have discussed earlier, that our human body is also a conductor. So basically it allows the flow of charges through it, flow of charges. So basically the charge from the wire travels through our body and passes from our body to the earth, as we are touching the earth with our foot, and they go to the earth. And this concept is somewhere related to earthing. See, what is an interesting fact about it? Most of us do not know it. Maybe some of us know it. Okay, so in our homes, basically the electric wiring we have in our houses has 3 inner wires. An electric wire which is used in our home has basically 3 wires inside it. So one is known as the live wire. Another is known as the neutral wire, and the third one is known as the earth wire. So basically both these 2 wires, live and neutral wire, they are responsible for carrying the current. But that earth wire, we use the earth wire for earthing purpose. So basically what we do is we take a metal, we take a metal plate and we bury it inside the ground. Since we know that the ground is a conductor as well, it can flow, the charge through it can flow. So what we do is, the earth wire is connected to this metal via that electric wire inside the interior wiring of the, you can say, if we have a wire, it has 3 wires inside it, and the earth wire is grounded through the metal into the earth. So what happens is, somewhere if the live or the neutral wire touch each other, so basically electric charge is generated. So what is the purpose of the third wire? That the third wire will pass the current through the metal and onto the earth. So this wire will not leak anywhere else and will leak directly to the earth. This is known as earthing. So I hope you liked the lecture, and if you understood the concepts, please like the channel, please subscribe to my channel, and please like the video.